Good morning, you guys. So I just went down a rabbit trail that is kind of blowing my mind. So hopefully I don't leave out any details. If I do, I'll just leave them the rest in the comment section or the description box. But I was listening to God's Roadmap video on Purim, and I'm on the first video that he made, and it's about 40 minutes long. But about 30 minutes into it, he is comparing the celebration of Purim to Luke 17. Okay, and it says, and he's comparing it to it because he's talking about the drinking that's going to be going on. Purim is kind of like it's more laxed in celebrations. It's kind of like I've seen it be compared to Mardi Gras, Halloween, and Easter all in one. They're dressed up in costumes, and they're giving these little sweets, exchanging food, and what else? It's just a celebration of fun and all this, but there's some drinking that goes on. So let me read this. And as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be also in the days of the Son of Man. They did eat, they drank, they married wives, and were given unto marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and the flood came and destroyed them all. Likewise also as it was in the days of Lot, they did eat, they drank, they bought, they sold, they planted, they builded. But the same day that Lot went out of Sodom, it rained fire and brimstone from heaven and destroyed them all. Even thus shall it be in the day when the Son of Man is revealed. So this made me think of a dream that I had of Sodom and Gommorah. And I'll leave it below. So I listened to that dream. You guys, I had a dream about Sodom and Gommorah being, escaping a city or seeing something like Sodom and Gomorrah, or the fire that rained down reminded me of Sodom and Gomorrah. I woke up, used the bathroom, and went back to sleep, and it was a continuance of that dream. So that dream was on March 26, 2019, and the title of that dream was Dream of Sodom and Gomorrah, Galations 3, because Galatians 3 was in that dream, and Jesus fulfilled the law. And I was showing someone where Jesus fulfilled the law in Galatians 3 in the dream. I had no idea. This is May 26th. This was a week prior to me going into delivery. So I wasn't on YouTube after my delivery, really. I had intended to be, but I wasn't on YouTube. And I didn't know the war between grace and law that was going on. So, but when I went back to the dream and I listened to it, you guys, before I went back to the dream today, let me tell you, I had the dream in March, and in June, June 28th, there was the 50th anniversary of the Stonewall riots in New York. There was a bar called Stonewall Inn, It was at the time 50 years ago. There it was a gay, like an underground gay bar, and officers known as New York Police Department Public Morals Squad raided that underground gay bar, and that just caused riots in that city. So when I seen it on the news and they were celebrating the 50th anniversary, when I seen some type of scene in there on CBS News, because that's what I went back to today, to see exactly what it was. I don't know. I still didn't watch the whole video clip. It reminded me of the dream of Sodom and Gommorah. In my dream, there was a bar in the dream. Okay? I had no idea about Stonewall. There was a bar in the dream, and in that bar, there was Tupac and Tupac's friend, and Tupac's friend asked Tupac, "Can I have sex with your mother?" And it took place there. As it relates to the story of Sodom and Gomorrah, there were two angels that went into Lot's house, and the men of Sodom came knocking on Lot's door and said, "Hey, can we have sex with the men that your visitors that you have in your house?" Okay, so anyway, all this stuff happened. I just remember that when I seen the story on the news and I heard that there was a bar involved, it reminded me of the dream. Now, also there were officers in that dream. Two officers that kind of like the elders that were going to take us up to a hiding place or a safe place to escape the fire that was coming down in the dream. And also one was dressed as in a full armor, and I likened that person to Jesus, because Jesus, there were three angels that went to Abraham. One stayed behind, and it was the Lord. Okay, and the other two went out to Sodom and Gomorrah, and to Lot's house. Okay, I did talk about that in the video. But one more thing. Apparently, Obama in 2016 commemorated Stonewall Inn as a national monument site. Okay, let me see exactly what he said. I didn't know that till I was looking at this article. Okay, so 2016, President Obama declared Stonewall Inn a national monument. 50 years after the riots, Tree Sequoia still bartends. There's a bartender that still bartends there. And that weekend of June 28th, 500,000 people in New York were to celebrate the anniversary at that year's World Pride event. I remember it, you guys, and I remember seeing it, and I remember it reminding me of the dream of Sodom and Gomorrah. Now here's the kicker. In 2019, because that was last year, 2019, Purim and the 50th anniversary of the Stonewall riots was 99 days apart. And as far as I can see, 99 days apart. In 2020, this year, it's 100 days apart. And don't ask me why I wanted to see maybe the comparison of the two, Purim and how they were parading up and down, for the Stonewall anniversary Pride event. Maybe the parading up and down and those being dressed in drag and so on and so forth made me think of Purim and how they celebrate by dressing in costumes and the party and the drinking and the kind of like a Mardi Gras. And they compare it to Easter, I guess, because the exchange of baskets of food. I don't know how that would tie in. But also, let me see, there was one more thing. Also, there is a holiday called Holi or Holi, which is a Hindu holiday that also falls on Purim. It fell on Purim last year and it falls on Purim this year, apparently. Yeah, let me see. Yeah, it falls on Purim this year and it falls on Purim last year. If I'm not mistaken, you guys, I feel like somebody did a video on that last year too. That holiday. And that holiday is when millions of Hindus across India and southern Asian countries are celebrating Holi. Well, Southern Asia, right? I don't know if they'll be celebrating this year. The Festival of Colors. It's called the Festival of Colors to mark the arrival of spring. Well, many people, just like Purim is supposedly kind of likened to Easter. Easter kind of, or Resurrection Day, we call it, kind of marks the beginning of spring. It says, celebrants daub themselves down in brightly colored powder or gulal to celebrate the victory over evil, fertility, and love. This festival, observed for centuries, holds mythological importance. It is also associated with the eternal love of Lord Krishna and Radha. Well, Krishna, it's not eternal love. But that celebration in Purim, the laxness of Purim, and because they're supposed to be reading Esther and celebrating how they were delivered out of the hands of Haman, being persecuted. It's just real interesting, and I wanted to share that with you guys. I'm going to finish watching God's Roads Maps videos, but I just want to share that with y'all. Purim and this holiday of India's Holi or Holi match up on the same day, and they just happen to be 100 days or 99 days apart. Last year 99, this year 100 days apart from the celebration of the Stonewall in riots. Okay, just want to share that with y'all. That was interesting. Okay.